Oh no. Hello. Hello. Oh, we're here. Hello. Hi. Who's here? Who do we got? We got Aaron's Water Buddies. Hello. We have Zodiac246. Hello. Crypt Creeper Aquatics. Hello. Jake FWTX. Hello. Bob Mostano Tanks. Hello. Oh, wait, that's me. How are y'all doing today? Oh, crap. I don't have my regular notes. So, welcome to the live stream. If you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, thumbs up. Comment in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, just comment in the chat below like it is the live chat, and I swear no one will notice. Hello, Brandon. I wasn't late. I was down. I mean, I guess I was late starting officially, but I was down here. I was just finishing up. Doing some. I did water changes today, so the tanks would be nice and clean for you guys. But I was having some issues with my air pump, as I mentioned in some, I think it was the last live stream I did. My air pump, the diaphragm pump, is kind of dying. I took apart one of my old diaphragm pumps. Actually, I noticed the diaphragms they rip and then they stop pumping air. Hello, Brandon. How are you tonight? So yeah, I'm looking for a linear air piston pump actually, or yeah, linear piston air pump. That's what I'm looking for. Linear piston pump. But they're like $250. I might just pull the trigger and then pay it off over time because the shop is doing relatively well. But we will see about that. This diaphragm pump I have right now, it's struggling. At least the one good thing with fish tanks is that they don't really need a lot of flow. So not having that airflow, as long as the sponges are in the tank, the bacteria will be there. They'll help process the ammonia and stuff like that. So that's not too big of a deal. Welcome back to becoming a member, Crypt Keeper. I noticed I left you on my list here because I didn't feel like editing that, but yeah, you lost your membership at some point. I think it might have been last week or something because I didn't live stream, so you probably didn't see. Okay, so today I do have some simple topics to go over. I did want to let you guys know I tried to have a call-in guest, but we were both pretty busy with stuff. I was talking with Jake FWTX about having him call in to the stream, and then having like a bit of, whether it be an interview style thing or a Q&A style thing, just having him here, another voice, someone to bounce off of rather than just me talking to the camera and reading the text. But that didn't happen. It is a membership perk, so I do want to get it going in these live streams. I just got to figure out like the audio and the realistically on like this thing over here. So here I am. So I would like to have like my head here and then their like Discord image here or something like that, so that you can see it highlight when they talk. And if the user has a webcam and they're willing to be on webcam, possibly that, we'll see how that goes. Sorry, had card without sufficient balance. You had a card without a free dollar on it. That's an issue. I don't know if you should be. I think you got more important things to spend your money on than my memberships. So yeah, I mean, if one of you guys, if Jake, you wanted to do it now, we could maybe figure it out, and I could set up the audio while we're live on stream. But some people might not like that. It might have some issues because hello Robert Redmond, welcome back. I do use a thing called Voice Meter that kind of splits my audio, so I have stream audio and then I have my computer audio. So my headset right now has totally different audio than what you guys are hearing, like the music. Is the music a good level, by the way, or is it too quiet, too loud? Let me know. I can adjust. I have a random. Okay, I've been doing this like random thoughts thing on my Discord, and today's random thought is Winnie the Pooh a stuffed bear, or is he a real bear? Like, are they stuffed animals, or are they real animals that look like, I don't know, how does that work? I don't get it. Use prepaid cards for YouTube membership. Oh, okay, that makes sense. There's no way in hell I can get. I hear water. One sec. There's no way I can get that all working smoothly. I could get it working. You just have to. It'd be what I want to do. It'd be a voice. It'd be a Discord voice call, and then I would just have the Discord audio come to here. Thanks for making fun of me, though. No, because I have the hose coming from my little 1 gallon bottle there, and the hose just slipped off the edge of the tank, so I just went and clamped it. My floor got a little wet over there. If we have the time, I do want to take you, just flip you around and show you what I did in the tanks, and kind of show you what I mean with the air pump as well, with the flow in some of them, because I did work on the crystal red tank, I did work on the blue dream tank, I did work on the sanctuary tank, and I think, oh no, I showed you the orange tank last time, didn't I? So yeah, the blue tank, the crystal red tank, and the sanctuary tank have been worked on recently. And I mean, that Monte Carlo carpet is always something I love showing off. It's a great little carpet. We'll work on it before next stream so I can come up with something of interest. Good idea. Start writing down your questions, write down your stories. You know, if you want to tell an aquarium story, that's what the membership call-ins will be for. We can do it however you guys want. Like when we set it up, we can do an interview style. We could do story times. We could just talk, whatever. Yeah. I do that same run too often. Love the carpet. Thank you. Yes, that Monte Carlo is just insane, and it's probably taking up like the height of it right now is like maybe a third of that tank's height, and it's like I was looking at it from the side, so it's got the substrate and then the Monte Carlo, like that's really high, and then in here it's got all the snail and shrimp poo. So it's got like the substrate and then this extra layer of detritus that's obviously providing nutrients, which is it's an interesting tank setup going on up there. It's fun to look at. I'm gonna be doing something with that carpet in the near future, and my glass tank that I have there that's not set up. Did you do dry start on Monte Carlo? No, the Monte Carlo was a struggle. You're a member, so if you go to my channel and just search Monte Carlo, you should be able to pull up the videos about it. I started it in a little bowl, it almost died. I moved it into a couple different things, and I ended up with it in this dirted tank where it's just taken off really in the last year. Yeah, I'd say once I got the crypts out of there, because the roots were kind of limiting where the Monte Carlo could grow. Once I got the crypts out of that tank, then the Monte Carlo took over. I'll update everyone on whether I can give my neighbor's dogs subscriptions. That's a Discord joke. Okay, so I mean, I went over that. Oh yeah, I got some more call tubs. If you guys saw my my short what do I call it? When your wife sends you to Costco or something like that. I got more tubs. So the setup video for that I am editing and working on. I have slightly lost some motivation to edit it at this current point in time, but hopefully, I mean, I think I have, if the video's I have like 3 weeks to get it done, so I should be able to get it done in time before it'll be a public video. But just so you guys know, that's coming, my cold tub setup video. Brazy COVID, I'm still upset you gave away the Pokemon cards. I sold them. I did not give them away. I sold them. Cleaning out the basement here, selling a lot of random junk I have lying around. Some people here, they're gonna make references and jokes based off my Discord channel, just so you guys know. So if you feel left out, join the Discord. Okay, my main topic today, or should I get into the main topic? Yeah, let's just get into the main topic. The dangers of importing shrimp. Why I don't import shrimp, and why you probably shouldn't import shrimp either, and you shouldn't buy import shrimp, okay? So, first, import shrimp. Import shrimp compared to locally bred shrimp. What's the difference? The import shrimp are obviously Imported. What does that mean? That means they're coming from their most likely native country of like Taiwan, Thailand. You might get some shippers from China, Asia. You're getting your shrimp from Asia at that point if you're getting import shrimp. So you can just imagine what that entails. They're coming across the ocean, probably going to be in transit for a week or longer with that in mind. So if you happen, like, okay, maybe I'll start with buying import versus locally bred from a shrimp dealer. How about that? Okay, I'll try and get my thoughts straight here. Not gonna lie, for a second I thought you had a dead shrimp in the tank, just two pink ram's horns. Yeah. So when you're buying shrimp, if you're buying from a local breeder, they have got those shrimp from who knows where. I mean, they could have been imports even at the start, like, but then I consider them locally bred probably on, like, I mean, realistically, the second generation. Once you have shrimp born in your own tank, they're technically locally bred, but I would count like the second generation as the locally bred. So that's what some people do. They get import shrimp and then they breed them a couple generations and then they sell them as their own bred shrimp rather than imports. And that's perfectly fine at that point because they're not actually the imports. What some people do, I can't name a name offhand of a company that does this. Oh, wait, I know one, but I'm not going to name them. It's called a ship and flip, or a flip and ship. Flippity floppity, flippity floopity on the hippity hoppity, where they get their import shrimp in and then they barely go through any kind of quarantine or acclimation process and they ship it right out to you. There are some people that do that, and those people are not the ones you want to be buying from. Basically, the import shrimp, locally bred shrimp, are going to be hardier. They're going to be more. Sorry, my mind is all over the place. They're going to be more acclimated to your city's water, right? And even though like if I'm on the east end of town and someone's on the west end of town, or north and south, right? Our tap water could be different, but it's technically like the same source, right? Because we're in the same city, so your tap water should be relatively similar. So when you're buying locally bred shrimp, you don't have to acclimate as long. That's a huge bonus. They're just gonna be hardier and less stressed because they're used to the water parameters that they're kept in, and you're basically putting them back into their own back into the same water parameters. Aquahuna imports shrimp and sells after a quarantine process. Yeah, I don't. They quarantine. Flip Aquatics quarantines as well. Now, when you're buying the actual import shrimp from someone, whether they quarantine or flip and ship, flippity floppity, whether they do either of those, the import shrimp, like I mentioned, that they traveled across the ocean for weeks in a shipping container in the dark, being shooken around, so they are stressed. The stress on the shrimp leads them to being more susceptible to diseases, which leads to them obviously dying faster. They're less hard. They're much more fragile. You have to acclimate them longer. They're not going to be as colorful because of all the stress they've gone through. And in my opinion, like, if you know the person selling import shrimp, I just don't even buy them. I did it once. They all died, and I'm never going to buy import shrimp again, and I don't buy from that person anymore. So the difference here, import shrimp are going to be cheaper. You can get like crystal reds for, I don't know, 30-50 cents a shrimp, where locally bred crystal red is going to be anywhere from like $4 to $10 or something like that. So with the imports, you can, yes, save money, but then you also have the hassle of them being more fragile, being more disease ridden, more susceptible to diseases, and just more likely to die. So that's your big difference. The locally bred shrimp are just, in my opinion, are just much better, because the import shrimp just ruin your tank. Now, if you are an importer, if you're going to buy shrimp, I just because I had a YouTube channel, I actually have someone, he emails me every year with an updated price. I've never ordered anything from him, but he just emails me his updated price list of shrimp and supplies and stuff. And yeah, I can get a crystal red shrimp for 30 cents. I just have to buy 100 of them, right? And then they ideally they want you to buy thousands of shrimp off them so they can make their money real quick, and then you just flip them and whatever. And I've thought about it, but I don't have like a 80-gallon tank, so putting 100 shrimp in at once isn't the best idea. But when you're doing that, you also have to account for your losses. So you're probably gonna have like at least 10, there's almost no way all of them are getting to you alive, because they are more fragile, they are more disease ridden, they're less hardy, they're going to die in transit. They generally account for I think it's up to 10% DOA. That's kind of baked into their price. But then when you sell them, you can get really high margins because you're buying the crystal red shrimp for 50 cents and you can sell it for $4. That's to an 800% markup. Did I do the math right? 200. I think that's right. So there's huge margins on them, but then you have the losses. You have import things like if I was to import shrimp, I don't have an importer's license, so I'd have to have them imported to someone else. That's why I've actually never done. I'd have to have them imported to someone else who then ships them to me. So yeah, it's just honestly, I can't stress enough to just not buy imports. Don't be an importer. If you're an amateur fish or an amateur shrimp hobbyist, leave the importing to the big guys like Flip Aquatics and what was the other one you mentioned, Aquahuna. Leave the importing to them. Let them quarantine the shrimp, deal with all the losses. They have the capital and the ability to absorb those losses, or they work with their dealer and get credit or whatever. Where someone like me, I'd just get screwed. I'd be out a lot of money, and then people are less likely to even buy your stuff, because now if I did that, I could not advertise that I have Canadian bred aquarium shrimp. I'd have to advertise these ones are Canadian bred and these ones are imports, and there'd have to be a price difference, and it's not advisable. Buy locally owned. I had a couple more points here. Let's see if I can find them. So yeah, you can have high margins, diseases, and fragility. Yeah, so you have to factor in your losses and then make a profit. Yeah, okay, I think that's actually all my notes. Wow, I got through that quick. Because, yeah. Bob Moss, what are you doing here? This is my channel, Moose. What are you doing here? Yeah, if you were to import shrimp, you're not going to want to flip and ship, so you're going to want to have a quarantine tank of your own, which is a whole other thing. Honestly, if you're not a massive company with hundreds of the warehouse already filled with tanks, importing is just a waste of your time, money, and effort. I'm talking about imports. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. I was like, what am I doing here? This is my channel. What are you doing here? I'm supposed to be here, guy. Can you guys hear the music at all? Is that not playing? Whatever. We'll be musicless. So yeah, you can. It's not showing up here. Whatever. I did until just now, at least. Interesting topic. Oh, there it is. There's the music. It came back. Weird. It wasn't showing up on my sound meters. Sorry, what do we have? Being experienced as they are, they can mitigate a lot of loss that newer shrimpers would have to. Yeah, like someone like Flip Aquatics is the one. I watched him a lot when I first started shrimping, and then I realized he's not really applicable to hobby breeders. I don't understand like why people want to watch a dude set up 4,000 breeding tanks with automatic water change systems and like warehouse like that. Once he started like going away from single tank setups at a time, I stopped watching a lot of his stuff because it's just not applicable to me anymore. Like that's like, what? Who the fuck does that? Oops. Wait. Oh no, I'm good. YouTube's very serious about their swearing these days. I thought I had more points here. Anyway, if you have any questions about like import versus locally bred, let me know. But basically, if you are an amateur trying to import, you're just going to lose a lot of money. If you are a professional importing, you can cover the losses, but honestly, like, screw import shrimp. I hate them. Oh, do you guys remember? Were any of you around for my Scutarilia japonica disaster? That was just a whole mess of a thing. That was like a year and a half trying to get rid of Scutarilia because of import shrimp and their diseases, and all the shrimp died. Hello, Zuko's World. Aquatic Moose, is there any benefit to importing? You can get some shrimp that are harder to find for really cheap, but then you have to factor in all those cons as well. The costs of importing, like an importer's license, the actually buying, like spending enough money for them to actually ship you the import shrimp, because there's always minimum purchases, and it's usually like hundreds or thousands of dollars, where like me and you, we want to spend whatever $40-50 on a bag of shrimp and be good. We don't like, I don't want to spend $1,000 on shrimp at once. That's effing stupid. Like, what am I gonna do with all those? If you can mitigate the losses successfully, there's a large profit margin. Yes, there is. Like I said at the start there can be like an 800% profit margin, like straight up. But once you start factoring in losses and then the additional like fees you're gonna have to pay for import, you probably get slapped with like customs fees or something like that. Like, who knows, you might end up getting... Is that water on the floor as well? Shit. God damn. You guys heard that water, didn't you? Kind of all over the place tonight. I apologize. Trying to get back into things. And to diversify your selection lines. Yeah, well, you can, like I could go get Black Galaxy Pinto shrimp right now for like $5 a shrimp from this importer guy that keeps messaging me. But then, who am I shipping them to? Who do I know that has an importer's license that's willing to work with me? The answer is no one. Do I have that capital? Do I have that space? Do I have the medication and the stuff to treat the diseases? Like, they're gonna be diseased when they come in. They're gonna be fragile. It's just, bleh. Dan just came through to pick up his $125,000 worth of fish. Jeepers. Well, if you have like a big business, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But for us, like, this is my small business. I'm still technically a hobby breeder, so I'm not spending thousands on my shrimp. I think the most I spent at once was like $200 to buy a whole bunch at once, and it was like 4 different kinds, not just 100 crystal red shrimp or something. Does anyone else put Tradescantia in their tanks? I've never heard of that. That's good. I don't know what that is. Hello, Fish Tropic. How you doing? You're growing floss. I'm growing moss. You should see how much moss I have in the one tub over there. It's nuts. If we have time, I will take you over to the tanks, but time is flying. Sorry if I seem a little like manic or something tonight. Channel members know why. So what do I have here on my list? Were tank updates, I did water changes, clean CRS, more tubs, clean the sanctuary. My betta fish is doing pretty good. He's just chilling up there. He's swimming around. He's the star of the show on Twitch now, by the way. I just leave it on his tank 24/7. And then at night I put on the clips. Actually, these clips that you see right here. Although these shrimp, I hate this clip. The shrimp look still, but you can see like this guy up here is moving. But these guys down here, they all look so still. Zuko's World asks, is shrimp keeping a sustainable hobby? Can it be beneficial in hydroponic environments? Yes, and yes. Well, okay. I guess, yeah, aquaponic is what we'd really be talking about, not hydroponic. With hydroponics, hydroponics don't have aquarium stuff. That's just growing it in the water. Aquaponics is where you're using the fish waste to help grow the plants. You would have to have an ass load of shrimp in there, but if you had shrimp as part of your bio load, like you had fish in there and shrimp, you could use your aquaponics as a cull tub. That would, I don't see an issue with that. And it might actually be a little cleaner water than with fish poo. I don't think snail poo has like as gross, as being still poo, so I guess it's still gross. I mean, I think any bio load is technically beneficial in a aquaponic, right? It doesn't matter. You just want more bioload in there so that your tomatoes can suck them up or whatever you're growing. Transcantia is a plant with a common name. Oh, spiderwort. I think I've heard of spiderwort. Or am I thinking of hornwort? I'm thinking of hornwort. What's spiderwort? That's pretty. I have never used that. No. It looks really cool. Jake FWTX, I have a question. I got those nice thick mats of hair grass from you. To plant it, should I pick it apart and replant it, or can I put some gravel on it to hold it down and let it take root again? You've either. I wouldn't. Do you have sand? I would use sand, not gravel, and then you could like sprinkle the sand, and it would kind of fall in between the blades onto the roots and hold it down. But what I would do is, like, if you don't want to pick apart the clump, I would put that on my substrate and then take like my whatever tool and like push down the edges of it. So it's like this big square in your tank. You're going to go along the edge, pushing in the edges, and then you'll work your way in, pushing into the center. So you just want it like a little bit below your substrate, and then trim it, and it'll grow great for you. Trimming it is very important when you replant it, because when you trim it, you're like, it's already just been shocked, being ripped out of the ground and shipped across the world to you. Pick it apart to make sure there's no duckweed. So it's been kind of shocked by being taken out of its substrate and shipped to you. So when you plant it in your substrate, if you cut it, you're telling it like, hey, don't grow tall, grow out, and that will force the runners to grow more, and it'll root better if you trim your dwarf hair grass. I have I can't read that word. Sabrina roots growing in my tank. The plant is growing great. I feel like shrimp would be great at cleaning the roots of the plants. Yeah, they'd clean all the film off it, right? It would grow biofilm on the roots, and they'd go and graze on it, definitely. Jake, okay, aquatic moose, not a know-it-all. I'm just currently doing both aquaponics and hydro over here. You're doing both? What are you growing? The duckweed is mostly, yeah, my moss kind of holds on to the duckweed. So like, I look down at my tank. There's no duckweed. There's moss, whatever. I pull out some of that moss, and there's fucking duckweed in it because it goes wherever it wants. This light is really killing my eye right now. Got it. Cool. No worries. Can guppy grass float in a tank, or should it be planted in the substrate? I think it should be planted, but honestly, from my experience, most aquatic plants can actually grow floating. Like even my rotella, if I pull it out, it will start to grow roots. It's like it grows and it tries to find substrate. It tries to find something. Like the plant doesn't want to die, right? So if you have a rooted plant and it comes out of the substrate, it's not going to instantly die on you. It's going to live for a very long time trying to survive. And it has enough. It's able to pull from your water column to get nutrients. But ideally, you want to replant it if you find it floating around, because then it will grow faster. Rooted plants grow faster. They'll get their full color, their full size, if they're actually rooted. I'll trim it when I find those scissors my wife borrowed. It'll grow better either in sand or extra fine size. Man, I can't believe how well aqua soil grows plants. Like I knew like it leaches ammonia. It has nutrients in it. Like I know aqua soil is going to grow plants really well, but I did not realize how sick that dwarf hairgrass carpet was actually going to be. I kept some in a sand tank and all but one sprig died, and it hasn't done anything even with taps. Guppy grass? Is it a root feeder? Was I even right about that? Wow, that's kind of cool. I think guppy grass just grows up in a... What did you have in a... I'm confused now. Oh my god, I'm lost in the chat. Just got me some grindle worms today. More live food. Nice. We're doing veggie plus Ludwigia and temple plant immersed aqua... Whoa. And temple plant immersed aquaponics and shallow root leafy greens in a nutritional film technique, and not only beneficial for shallow... leafy greens. Now, will something like lettuce take on the flavor of the fish water? That would be kind of... That's something I've always wondered about, like aquaponics. Like, does it make the food taste gross? Tradescantia. Yeah, you nerd. I was talking about hairgrass in the sand tank. It will grow better in either sand or... I have some in a sand tank and all, but... I grow my hairgrass in sand. You shouldn't have an issue. Maybe your root tabs are too deep. I don't know. Maybe your sand's too fine. If the sand is... It's weird because fine sand like really packs in on itself and then the roots can't do much. Where the aqua soil, because it's way looser, like the grass just goes insane in there. Okay, back to my list here. So channel updates. I am trying to grind through some content. I have an endless list of video. Like I'm not lacking video ideas. I'm lacking time and effort, time and energy and whatever. Like, oh my god, I need to hire an editor so I don't have so I can just pass that off. But the channel's not there yet. Hopefully by the end of the year. I have a dream of 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. It's possible, but it's gonna be like I'm gonna like barely get it if I get it, right? Like I don't, unless something blows up over the summer. But the way things are going right now, if it keeps going like this exponential like it is, because my channel growth was just like this, right? Linear for the longest time, and just recently it started to, maybe I'll do it like this. It started to go like this. It started to go exponential, an exponential curve, which is huge. More subscribers, more viewers, more people seeing my stuff, which is always good. It's what I want. I want to spread my knowledge. I want to revolutionize the aquarium hobby, because man, everyone on here is so fucking boring. That's it. That's all. People are so boring on YouTube, and then I come in with my we do ooh, bruh, you know, have some fun here. Okay, I got some questions here. Crypt Keeper Aquatics says, how is the availability of various ornamental shrimp in Canada? Here in the USA, I don't find a need to get imports. There's everything available from homebred that importers have. Well, it's harder. There's you if you want a specific one, you gotta search. You gotta there are a lot of sellers, but when you're Google searching, it's more likely to give you American ones. Because they're bigger and they get higher traffic, so that's what Google is pushing to you. But if you're very particular with your Google search, and then like you can get most shrimp here in Canada, and there is the one company that I mentioned I got my shrimp from that imports, like they do import shrimp, so they do have a huge selection. If I ever felt stupid enough to buy from them again, which I almost did, and then they replied to a Facebook comment of mine very stupidly, and they lost the customer. So that was fun. So yeah, like finding, say, Opaule, finding Sulawesi, finding really fancy patterned Caridina. It's a little trickier up in Canada. We have 10% of your population, so we probably have 10% of your shrimp variety, right? That's kind of, honestly, when you compare America to Canada, that's the easiest way to think of it. Think of us as, like, it's like self-degrading, but think of us as 10% of the U.S. Anything the U.S. has, 1/10 of it is what Canada has. Aquatic moose, it probably would. Right now I'm only starting the seeds in the aquaponics and moving it over to the hydro setup. Unfortunately, you can't have any debris or organics in the water. Oh, interesting. That'd be some tasty lettuce. So, this lettuce tastes like my Tetras. Yummy. Preacher Bob, spread the knowledge. Too many fish nerds don't know how to have fun. I love your edit style. Oh, thank you. Anyone heard of Bloody Mary shrimp? Zuko's World. Zuko's World. It's literally what I have. I literally. Where's my clips? Pumpkin, crystal red, blue, tiger, green jade. Ugh, Bloody Mary shrimp. I don't have cherry shrimp. I have Bloody Mary shrimp. They are a clear shell with a transparent shell with a red body that come from the Shoko line of shrimp. They are not a grade of cherry shrimp, and they are the most beautiful red shrimp you can ever buy. I love them. I love Bloody Mary. A lot of shops are usually in BC when I need to look for specific things. Yes, there are, oh my god, so many in BC, which is honestly like a huge reason why I wanted to start selling things, was because we have the company I won't mention and then a bunch of people out west. There's nothing else here. There's no, like, you go to Kijiji, there's people on Kijiji with some shrimp that they probably got from the store I won't mention. Where yeah, like everything else is way over, like on the other side of the mountains too, so it takes even longer to get to you. So yeah, Canada's huge. What plants should I, hello Ascended XD, what plants should I put in a 10-gallon shrimp tank? I've been looking for a minute and just want some easy plants that will be compatible with each other. easiest thing to do for a shrimp tank, moss, floaters. You're done. That's all you need. If you want to start getting crazy, you can get something like Java Fern, Anubias, Bucephalandra. What else is really, really easy? There's some other rhizome feeders I'm forgetting. You want rhizome feeders and mosses. Those are, and floating plants. Those are the super easy things that will look great in your tank. They don't get too big either. Because I have Rotala in some of my tanks, and honestly, the Rotala Indica Pink can probably get 2 to 3 feet high, and it definitely stays kind of stunted in my tanks, but then in my cull tub, it shoots up and touches the surface of the water, and that's easily like 2 feet deep. Smiley face. Do you ever import shrimp? If so, no, I do not import shrimp. The only shrimp I would ever import would be from America because it's right next door. I could drive down there. Like actually, I was talking with Crypt Keep. Well, he mentioned that if I felt like it, I could go meet him in upstate New York, and we do like a handoff there. So that's potentially how I might get some new lines, new types, new colors, etc. But I'm still a ways away. I'm not the Garden of Eden over here. I don't have plans for 9 racks in 2023. I do have a baby to pay for. I want to buy a house this year, so the tank expansion, I've just done more rubber tubs because that's all I can really afford right now. But yeah, no, I wouldn't import shrimp from overseas because I am a very picky bastard. Zuko's World, there's a great fish shop in Lancaster, PA, where we got him. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's like a day's drive for me. I could see, like, if I wanted to, I could just go into New York, Pennsylvania, even like Michigan, and buy shrimp there and just bring them back over the border. I don't really have, like, there's no reason for me to buy shitty import shrimp from Malaysia, from Taiwan. Like, it's gross. Ugh. Anacharis is the easiest plant I've ever had. It grows in any light, floating or planted, or guppy grass. What's that other one? Hornwort. Hornwort is really easy, but it's very nutrient demanding. So it'll grow, and then it'll die, and then grow. Crypts are great. Java moss is easy. I just got some water wisteria, and it's neat and easy. Crypts are technically easy, but they're a rooted plant, so some people don't get the planting technique. So that's why I don't recommend crypts as an easy plant, even though they are super easy. And you can have crypt melt as well. Like if I ship you crypts and then you put the crypts into totally different temperature, totally different parameters, all the leaves are gonna fall off, and there's a chance the root base dies as well. So there's that. Crypt melt is a killer of crypts. Fish Tropic Canada. My shrimp are imported, then worked on for 7 years now. So they're not, I wouldn't consider them import shrimps anymore. Where'd you import them from? Like Taiwan? Thailand? Crypts are easy. Sorry, I forgot to say hello first. No worries, Ascended. I don't have passport or enhanced license, so would need to meet USA's. You need a... Can you guys get into Canada with an enhanced license? We need a passport to get into the United States. You can't... Oh, maybe you can do an enhanced license by ground. No, I'm pretty sure you need a passport to go from Canada to US. Tub crew. But yeah, I would if we were to, I would meet you on that side, but it's not in the near future. We're a ways away from that. You're buying a house over $1 million. No worries, Josephine. The The housing market is cooling off. It's the interest rates that are going up, and I'm not in Toronto either, so I can go like kind of out of town here and maybe get something a little cheaper. We'll see. I don't want to necessarily talk about my search for a house. Water wisteria is really good. Yeah. I mean, there's tons. Honestly, it's gonna undermine my own channel. But if you have a burning aquarium question, type it in Chat GPT. Oh my god, Chat GPT, it's gonna make us useless. We're useless. That's why I have to be funny. I have to provide you more than Chat GPT can. Because if I just read you dry facts, that'd be so, like, you'd fall asleep. Like, no, I'm not going to name and shame. I'm not going to name people that bore me. Taiwan or Singapore, I can't remember. Yeah, I guess 7 years ago was a while, though. So I probably wouldn't remember either. New York residents need an enhanced license to get to Canada. It doesn't need to be by ground. You can't fly with an enhanced license. You need a passport to fly, definitely. Houses are serious costs. Yeah, but we have a bunch saved up for a down payment. We have been working on lowering our debt to, what's the thing called? Like a debt to capital ratio. You got to lower your debt, get your capital up, and then you can get a much better like mortgage rate and whatever. And the more you have for a down payment, the less you'll pay in your mortgage. It's gonna be interesting though. Chat GPT, write a script for my next live stream. To be honest, though, it's on my list. Like, I want to have the video probably titled normally, but then in the thumbnail it would be like, this video was made by AI or something, and like then potentially people outside the aquarium niche would watch that video as well because it's AI related and they want to see how the AI wrote a script for me. Like, it could be something cool. I don't even know. Chat GPT is an AI based I guess it's just AI that answers your questions or whatever. It's I don't know how to summarize it, but you can also like put in parameters, so you can be like, Chat GPT, write me a 10-minute script about the nitrogen cycle or something like that, and it will. And there's been at least one case of a book on Amazon that was like completely AI generated that has been sold. There have been a few cases of ChatGPT creating actual academic like papers for university and stuff like that and passing. It's crazy. People think ChatGPT is going to like kill Google, but honestly, they're two different tools. Google's finding you web pages. It's Aquarium Shrimp Canada, right? And then bobmoss.shop, where ChatGPT would be, why are my aquarium shrimp dying? And it would give you all the reasons why they die right there. Where if you put that question into Google, Google's going to give you links to YouTube videos. It's going to use its web scraper to give you that little blurb thing. There's no AI in Google like ChatGPT is. So I don't see how they're really competitors, but Google is worried ChatGPT is going to take it out. ChatGPT is getting through my second semester. I'm pretty... I wish I had that during school. Oh, it would have made some stuff. I wouldn't have had to have read Beowulf. Oh my god, that would have saved. Or at least I wouldn't have had to read the cliff notes of it. I'm pretty dry during my streams. Edited content is what I'm better at. I find that comes like when I first started live streaming, it was really awkward because you're not actually talking to like I'm talking to my camera in a silent room. All I hear is myself and my aquariums. Like, if you're not, it takes a bit of adjustment to actually realize like you're talking to people. There are people that are listening to you and they're soaking in your information. And honestly, just try to crack a couple jokes here and there. Just laugh a bit. You can just laugh. Just make fun of yourself. Call yourself stupid. You want ChatGPT? You go to Google right now. Type in ChatGPT. Make an account. Boom, you got it. Debt to income ratio. Yes, that's what it's called. Is a shrimp van like put your tanks in a van? I would say no, because the weather would affect it way too much. If you used a van to put your, that's what I'm assuming you mean, is putting aquariums inside a van. Vans you'd have to like weatherproof it, so no. There's a few fish tubers that did a Chat GPT episode. Oh really? They already beat me to it. I have no original ideas. ChatGPT will answer questions, write essays, scripts. Then okay, yeah, that's a good explanation. We're being replaced. Yep. Why does my TDS raise after adding Prime? Aaron's water buddies. Is that a serious question? Is that a serious? Okay, so your TDS is your total dissolved solids, and then you're adding in another thing. So yes, it's going to raise your TDS. You're adding stuff into the water. It's going to raise your total dissolved solids. It's science, baby. Sooner or later, people will hate each other enough to not bother with anyone. 2030. It's all a simulation. You guys are great. This is a bit of a weird question, but I'm going to have my shrimp tank in my room. I was wondering what the most silent or least pretty quiet air filter I could get would be. My Hygger pump, my Hygger pumps are super quiet, but then the diaphragms rip, and I want to rip my ears off. So, I guess a linear piston air pump. Spend $250. You can put it out in your garage and pipe the air to it. I don't have a good recommendation for a quiet filter. The Pawflies are loud, the Tetras are loud. The Hygers are good, but they kind of suck after time. What other brand? There's other brands too, but they're all loud. You want something below 40 decibels, ideally like in the low 30s of decibel range, and that's like pretty quiet if you're looking at the specs. Some hang-on back filters are pretty much silent. Yeah. I have 3 hang-on back filters on my shrimp tanks. There's nothing wrong with hang-on back filters as long as you put a sponge on the intake so that your shrimp can't get sucked up. I actually almost prefer them, except for the lack of surface area, right? Like at that point, you only have that one little intake sponge for the shrimp to graze on, where when you have a sponge filter, they have the big sponge to graze on. So that's the only downside to it. But otherwise, like, I love my AquaClear 20s. They're completely silent, except when they're not primed. If you have a power outage, they do make a lot of noise when they start back up because they lose their water. I have 17 tanks in my bedroom, linear piston air pump all the way. He just has one tank. He has one. Spend more on your air pump than you will for anything else. Buy a TV for $250. Don't buy an air pump. A simulation within a simulation on a live stream. Bot moss. Beep, beep, boop, beep. Beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep. AquaClears, yes. Some are loud. I've got an Aquarium one that is silent. I'm sitting right next to it. There you go, Aquarium. My Hygers are silent until the diaphragms rip. AquaClear, hang on back, yeah. Once they, I actually have the AquaClear priming like down pat. Okay, so you unplug it, you do your stuff with it, and then you set it back up, and then you take your turkey baster and then you go right until it's filled up, and then you plug it in, and then it's gonna go. That's the sound it makes, and then you grab the the adjustment, right? So on the AquaClear 20, it goes from 5 gallons to 20 gallons. You just fiddle that, and you move it back and forth, and you move it back and forth until it starts flowing properly, and then you have to shove it to the 20 so that it will force like all the air that was in the pump out of the pump. Like you have to get the max flow, and it'll go. That's the noise it makes then, and then you'll have like massive, that 20 gallon flow, and then you can adjust it to what you want. That's how you properly prime an AquaClear. I should probably make a video about that, because some people, Lucas Talbot with 2 T's, just got home from work. You missed me ranting about import shrimp, some tank updates, nothing too big, some channel updates, and now I'm just kind of going through answering questions. I do actually have a couple more things to talk about here, but the chat is going pretty good, so we're just having a good back and forth here. Like everything, they get old and need replacing parts. My oldest, I think, is 3 years now, and it's still running strong. I'd say about every 6 months, I got to take the filter off. You dump all the water out. You pull the motor out. You have to take the impeller out and just like run that under your tap and get the gunk off it. Take the motor, run that under the tap where the impeller goes, get the gunk out of there, and it'll keep running. Like, do that once or twice a year, and it'll run amazing for years and years and years. Make the video, I'm apparently priming the wrong way. Maybe I'll make it a short or something. I think it would maybe do better as a short. I was going to go with the USB air pump by Aquarium Co-op, and then trying to find a way to silence the bubbles. Yeah, just honestly look at the rating and the decibels. I think my Higer is rated at 34 decibels, and it's literally silent. Like, I cannot hear it when it's working properly. And actually, the smaller Higer pump, not the bigger one, the 5-watt Higer pump, actually lasts longer, because it's not like, it's the same diaphragms, but the 10-watt one has more like volume for the air, for the diaphragms to push the air, where the 5-watt one is just smaller, but it's the same diaphragms. So because it's like a smaller air volume that it's moving, it doesn't have as much stress on the diaphragms, and it lasts longer. A 5-watt Higer air pump, fucking silent, dude, silent. I've heard those USB pumps are super quiet. I don't know. Can I see the green jades? Hold your horses. There's that carpet. You guys make me forward my clips. That's an old one. Oh, these are old. Let's go to a newer one of green jades. Blue dreams, orange eye blue tigers, green jades. I'll move myself over a bit. Green jade shrimp. There you go. There you go, Crypt Keeper. Make it short. Yeah, I probably will. Actually, I'll write that down. So I don't. Where can I write that? Here we go. Make a short about priming Aqua Clear. And also, I do actually have plans to go like forage for some natural stuff once it gets warmer out here, so that'll be another fun little video. I'm gonna be looking for basically oak leaves and oak wood, because that's all. And then what was the other one? The apple wood. I wanted to find, and I wanted to contact the grapevine stuff we talked about. I need to contact a winery in next fall. I kind of missed the ball on that one. Too late now. Okay, Aaron's Water Buddies. Just got my Caradina tank set up, then got to set up 2 more tanks, and I'll be ready for shrimp. Right on. That's setting up Caradina tanks is fun, but so much more expensive than Neo. Like, I can set up a Neo Caradina tank. It's the cost of the glass and the sponge filter. The Carradina tank, you have that extra $50 of substrate that just kills me. Ugh. I've had 3 USB pumps, super quiet, but one lasted several months, another 2 weeks. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, they're probably diaphragm pumps too, right? So it all depends on the quality of that rubber. A hang 'em back might be the way to go. I've heard about their bad longevity. What would be a good substitute for the loss of a sponge filter? Hardscape? Cholla wood. Cholla wood, because then they can get inside it, all around it. You could put a big sponge on your hang-on back intake as well. Aquarium Co-op has the elbows with the sponges, so you can have it like your hang-on back comes in, and then the elbow comes out. Your hang-on back comes down, the elbow comes out, and then you have this big sponge here that's sitting in the water, and it's basically just like you have a sponge filter. That's what I might. That if I was you, that's what I might do. Most people don't even know they can pull the shaft out of the motor and check for wear and tear. Really? I guess most people don't really fiddle with things. Most people, that's the thing. I'm not a norm. I'm a fiddler. I like to know how all my things work. Where normal people just like plug it in and let it go, right? So then after 2 years, the hello demon of Hell Anime Studios. So then after like 2 years, their impeller's all clogged and shit, and maybe a grain of your sand got in there once upon a time, and it's been slowly wearing away on the impeller, and now it doesn't work, and it's because you didn't do any maintenance on it. If you just do that maintenance I mentioned like once or twice a year, it'll last so long. Get a hang-on back that has a pre-filter. Yeah, that's just what I said. I want some of those green jades. What GH, KH, and PH? 4, 8, 7.8. Or sorry, GH is first. So 8, 4, 7.8. All my Neo Carradina tanks. Should I like advertise that more? Should I put that somewhere? Like the tank parameters? As someone who's been doing it for like 5-6 years now, I find the parameters are like, I don't worry about them at all. I don't care about like other like, but then some people like beginners need to know the parameters. They need to measure because they're more likely to mess up, and that might be one thing how they mess up. How to keep mosquito larvae out of your shrimp tanks? Lids, plant, fish tropic, got it. Lids, plants, and fish. If you can, yeah. Lids. Flow. They like stagnant water, so more flow might help as well. If you added like a hang-on back to, I just smacked the mic. I'm sorry. If you added a hang-on back to move the surface of the water more, the mosquito probably wouldn't like it. They like stagnant water. They want a still pool of water. My Akadama was $74 for 20 pounds. Yes, that's expensive. Ugh. I hate how expensive active substrate is, and it's dirt. It's dirt. It should be free. It's dirt. I think I'll try out the pump that came with my 10-gallon kit if it doesn't perform. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't sponge filter and CO2. The two air slots are just because it has 2 diaphragms that go back and forth. What you could do is 2 smaller sponges in your corners. Yeah, that's the 33 decibel one. That's probably the 5 watt. It's silent. It is literally silent. The only thing with Higer is I've had 2 diaphragms ripped now. So that's pissed me off, and I'm not going to buy another one of their pumps. My next pump is linear piston air pump. I'm probably just going to pull the trigger this weekend and get one, because this thing, I want to take you over to the tank and show you how big of a mess it is, but it's already after 10 p.m. here, so I don't know if we're going to be getting to that. That's some good stuff. I only use the higher tank parameters are important to know. Yes and no. I mean, with neocaridina, especially locally bred neocaridina, doesn't matter so much. You just drip acclimate for a really long time, and you're fine. Like, you could take these into a 7 pH tank if you drip acclimate for 8 hours. It's not an issue. They might take like a little bit longer to like adjust their breeding, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I gotta laugh. People talk about how their filter failed them when they haven't done one thing to ever clean it. It's literally run jammed and they think it's good until the filter plugs in blood. Yeah, it's really bad. It's like people that don't like change the oil in their car and then they bring it in. I used to work at a Canadian Tire. It got me through college, and yeah, you'd get people that don't do an oil change in their car for 30,000 kilometers, and they come in and they're complaining. It's all these issues, and it's like you pull out their dipstick, and it's fucking dry. Like, yeah, I don't know how this is even running. That's normies to me. I always hate shopping for them through Amazon. It's always yeah, don't. Honestly, I've stopped reading Amazon reviews. People buy rocks and moss. Yes, that's true. I've stopped reading Amazon reviews because actually there's speaking of Higer, don't believe a single review about a single Higer product because they pay for reviews. There's a huge problem. Companies are paying for reviews. They're giving you products and then saying like, hey, I'll give you this product and reimburse you if you give me a 5-star review. I'm really glad with Higer, when they sent me the 2 products they sent me and I did my reviews, they just sent me the product and said post the review. I think it was before they started all this stuff where now you have to, Higer will contact you, you have to purchase their thing, keep your receipt, make a video about it, post a 5-star review, and then in a week they'll reimburse you for the purchase. Like, that's pretty sketchy, bro. Like, at least I got a free light out of it. You never know. Better start showing feet for tips to make that linear pump money. No, I have to go shirtless. Remember, show off my tits. See the cleave? See the cleave? I had Neos from some guy breeding them in his backyard. You still got that beta. Yeah, he's on my stream. If you go to twitch.tv/BobMastanotanks, you will see my beta 24/7 basically. He's doing great. Butters is having a good time up there. Him and his shrimp buddies. My tap water, I seen that today. My tap water GH 1711 8.2. Whew. 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 Holy shit. Yeah, see that's the hardness. So they'll have with the hardness, so the pH is fine, the pH adjustment is fine there, but the KH and the GH adjustment with the neocaridina, with that, so the drip acclimate, the long time drip acclimate is going to prevent them from dying of shock. And then yeah, they'll take a little bit to adjust with their molts and stuff like that, because there's so, like, the water is so much harder, there's more minerals. You might actually potentially get failed molts because there's too many minerals and the shells are their exoskeletons become too hard. That honestly, that's something that could potentially happen. But with green jades, I mean, they could look different with different water. I'm not sure. I know from experience, the green jades you receive almost never look like the green jades you see here because of stress. And then they never seem to recover the same. Like, when I bought these jades you see right here, they were all like emerald. I got emerald, right? And look, they're more like, I mean, they're still green, but it's kind of it's actually kind of like a lime green, eh? I still like it. It's camo. They're my camo shrimp. They're bot people. How about I don't need your product? This is why I don't make videos anymore. Well, the light was cool to get for free, but then the second video, the second thing when they offered products, I was waiting for them to offer me a pump. I wanted another pump for free, and then I was going to give them a rave review. I love their pumps. I just wanted one for free, but they sent me the shitty little pump, and it sucks. It's the worst thing ever. Their little pump that I did a review on, don't ever buy that for any reason. It lasts like 2 months and then it has no flow. It's trash. Mine's probably in the trash, actually. I don't know where it is. My Hygrolite is only on red, and yep. Yeah, my Hygrolite's up there. It's gonna be moved soon for other reasons, but the Hygrolite is pretty good. It's like a high quality night crew light. I gotta get through this chat here. I had a water pump that broke from Hyger, and they just sent me a replacement and asked me. That's kind of cool. How do you control the population of ram's horn snails? I went to the river to collect plants. Now my nano shrimp tank has hundreds. Scoop them out, crush them. Don't feed as much. Not a lot. I'm not the one to talk to about that. I just let my snails go wild. Crip's water is only slightly harder than mine. You can taste the minerals. It's like Toronto water. Ooh, assassin snails. Yeah, Fish Tropic with the right idea. I always forget about assassin snails. Replace your snails with other snails. At least assassin snails won't reproduce at the same rate, and if you just put in one, they won't reproduce at all, and they'll dummy all the ram's horns. I can feel the minerals in the water. Does it feel... I hate the way that heart of water like makes your hair feel after you shower. It's gross. There's a cheap snail trap that works as well. You can use a net as well. You put like food in a net, and you put the net in the tank, and then the snails go in the net, and then you go, and all the snails come out. I got assassins. Sorry about your ram's horns. What is... You have blue diamonds? I do have blue diamonds. Are we going to the blue diamonds now? These guys. Boom. Or, would you call them blue diamonds, blue dreams, blue... I have blue shrimp. They're right here. All these guys. Lovely blue. Ram's horn snails are eternal. Embrace them. Yeah, look at this. Look at all these guys. Whoa. What GH is too high? I mean, I think that 17 is getting up there. But if you drip acclimate, Neocaridina shrimp can live in such a wide range of parameters. It's absolutely insane. But I would probably say, like, once you start getting like up into the 20s, it's probably a little risky. Snail trap doesn't generate money. Have you crossbred any different color Caridinas? No, not yet. I have not. I'm keeping them pure right now. Blue bolts, crystal red, orange eye blue tigers. Those are the only Caridina shrimp I keep right now. They're all doing great. I actually cleaned the crystal red shrimp and found the babies. They had babies, so that's awesome. They're breeding. The blue bolts will be for sale this spring, and the orange eye blue tiger, once I figure out shipping with Jamie Anderson, they will probably be for sale in the spring as well. Your blues, check out any blue jellies. No, if my blue is going to throw a cull, it's probably green. It's weird. The greens will throw blues, the blues will throw greens. They're actually from the same line of shrimp. That's a long story. Y'all think it's a good idea to buy plants off Amazon? No. Off Amazon, buy your prime, buy stability, buy fertilizer, buy sponges, buy aquascaping tools. There's just some things you shouldn't buy off Amazon: plants, substrate, tanks, hardscape. Oh no, there sometimes is good deals on hardscape from Amazon. But yeah, with 150 credit, man, I'd just be buying like Prime and Stability out the yin yang. Would I sell 5 assassins for $25? Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Are those rabbit snails in here? No, these are ram's horn snails. My test strips, it reads 120. That's probably 120 parts per million, not 120 GH. If it's a test strip. So 120 parts per million, you divide that by 17.8, and that gives you your actual GH number, your general hardness number. So 120 divided by 17.8 is going to be 6-ish. You're fine. You're good. GH is good. I did it off the top of my head and got 6-ish, so 7 works. I've gotten some great wood. Oh yeah, you can get cool driftwood. You can get. Don't buy anything living, I guess, and don't buy your glass there. I'll keep the live stuff at local pet stores and online. Yeah, that's how you. Because like Amazon, there's gonna be that one picture, and there's gonna be like some shit return policy. Like, what if you order Java moss and you get it, it's all dead, and like, oh, I don't know. I'd rather deal with an actual like hobbyist at that point than Amazon. Black moving rock on corner of screen. Over here, this guy. Right here where my nose is. That's a Malaysian trumpet snail. Now all my tanks have assassins and I feed them ram's horns. That's sick. That's sick. That's a good idea. I should get buy assassin snails. I've been looking for a new type of snail to get that won't eat my live plants. And apple snails, nearite snails eat live plants. I have too many. I don't want those. So I'm gonna get me some assassin snails. I also found this pencil. I've been writing in pencil more. It's fun. Reminds me of my childhood. Replacing your snails with other snails. My mystery snails outcompete. Actually, yeah, bigger snails will help too. Yeah, you can do that. Gih. 17.8 times 7 is 120. Yeah, that was close. It's 6 point something. Do you have Discord, Fish Tropic? We can work stuff out on Discord. Or do you have a site? Fish Tropic? Where's my thing? Fish Tropic. Nope, fishtropic.ca does not work. My stuff is exclusive. Nearite snails don't eat plants. That's good to know. Apple snails will. Okay. So I'll show you the tanks next live stream because holy shit, it's 20 after 10. So I just wanted one final point here, guys. Don't pay for information that you can get for free. I had an interaction on Facebook with some, honestly, I can only call her a scammer who got random users to write a book for her and give her all the pictures for the book. She then asked for more information after she got flack for having a shitty book written by a Facebook group, and now she's rewriting her book from more information from the Facebook group, probably because she was called out by me and other people. She admits her book sucks, has little to no shrimp of her own, doesn't know the difference between Caridina and Neocaridina, but you should definitely buy her book. So yeah, if you can find the information for free, don't fucking pay some idiot for it, because you don't know their credentials. If just because they say they have some ebook with all the hidden tips and tricks and stuff, if you can't see what they've done with their shrimp, don't believe a word they've said, because they're just bullshitting you from stuff they've read online. They did their research on Facebook, and it's not worth your time. That's about it. Also, look up this, or go to my Discord. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Everyone look up this. It's a really funny Judge Judy episode. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I have to finish some stuff here. I've been talking too much. My mouth is dry. Thank you to my channel members: Tater Salad, Robert Redmond, Mitch Bottoма, Jamie A, 3DRC, Jake FWTX, Daniel Cordone, BJ Palmer, Mandy Curry, Gun Shrimpin, Roman Pitchoff, Lucas Talbot with 2 T's, Aaron's Water Buddies, Crypt Keeper, Aquatic, Kendra Crippen, and Zodiac 246. You guys are the best. I love you so much. Thank you to everyone else for joining. You guys are awesome as well. It's not like I hate you. It's just those guys give me money. I don't have Instagram. My Discord link is in the description. All support links are in the description. Everything you need to know is in the description down below, down there. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Make sure to leave comments once this goes to a replay, so that it gets traction in the algorithm. And remember, guys, until next time, keep your shrimp hands strong. Bye-bye now. Yeah, fish tropic. Discord's the best way to reach me. Discord. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care.